What is happening, guys, and welcome back to the Southwest Coast Path, where today you join me on a very different day to the day that I left you at the end of my previous video, where I had been caught in a biblical storm. Today the weather's very different. It is glorious sunshine with about a 20-25 mile an hour wind. So the wind's not great, but the sun is glorious and I'm not complaining. Anyway, what am I doing if you're wondering? Well, I've decided I'm going to walk the Southwest Coast Path in its entirety, the full 630 miles. I'm not doing it all in one go. I'm going to walk it in small, short, bite-sized chunks, and I'm going to document it here on YouTube so that you guys know what it's like to be out here on the trail. If that sounds like it might be of use to you, then don't forget to hit subscribe so that you can get an extensive library of walks from the Southwest Coast Path. Or alternatively, you can check out my website, which is 𝗘𝗶𝘀𝗶𝗀𝗏.co.uk, where I've got a whole page dedicated to the Southwest Coast Path. Now, what am I doing? Well, today I'm walking from Cape Cornwall down to Sennen. It is a short 4.5 miles, but there is a lot of elevation along this stretch, starting straight away from the car park. So yeah, I'm gonna have to tackle that in a minute. It's hopefully a really nice stretch, and the reward at the end is sitting on Sennen Beach with my boots off. I've got a nice pretzel in my bag, and I'm gonna eat a massive pretzel, drinking some water, reading my book, bathing in this sun. That's my reward at the end of it. I am out for 2 days, 3 days maybe. Basically, I've put the tent box back on the car, which I'm absolutely excited about. Cannot wait to get that set up tonight. And yeah, I'm camping tonight down at Land's End Camping and Glamping. So if you're looking for a campsite in and around the Land's End area, there is a few to choose from. I've never stayed at the Land's End Camping and Glamping. So yeah, if that sounds like you want to check it out, maybe keep an eye on my social media channels, which is at @𝗘𝗶𝘀𝗶𝗀𝗏 on TikTok, Instagram and Facebook, or alternatively here on YouTube. And I'm hoping that over the next few days staying there, I can make a little video to show you what it's like to stay on the site. If you want some cooking inspiration as well, I am going to also be filming 2 new episodes for my Field to Fork series, which is specifically for social media. I think I do put it up on YouTube actually. Yes, I do. So you can go and check it out there. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to get going. It's a glorious day, and yeah, I cannot wait to get to the top of these cliffs to see what the view looks like. Because standing from here, got Cape Cornwall behind me, I've got Sennen in front of me, and yeah, it's been a beautiful stretch walking from St Ives down this far, and I think it's going to absolutely continue from here down to Land's End. Right, let's get going. I've got to the top of the hill coming out of Cape Cornwall, and this is my reward. Look at that. So that golden beach you can see right in the distance is Sennen. That's where we're heading today. Not too far to go, but that slog up out of Cape Cornwall, because it is severe, is well worth it for that view. See Longship's lighthouse out there. Oh, it's just amazing. Again, if you're looking for your excuse to get out on the Southwest Coast Path in this video, let this be your first excuse to get out to see this. Incredible. Well, it is a wild day out on the coast path. It might be sunny, but let me tell you, that wind is absolutely fierce. Probably the strongest wind I've walked in so far. It's really battering me today. I'm just hoping and praying that the Land's End campsite is going to have a bit of shelter so that I can get the tent box up, because if I was to be putting it up in these conditions, it just folds straight in half on me, even with the guy ropes out. So yeah, fingers crossed that either the wind's going to die down or it's going to be a little bit more sheltered at the Land's End camping site. But despite the wind, look at this view.
This high-sided valley is incredible, and it's nice to get down off them cliff tops because the wind's dropped a little bit. I literally couldn't hear myself up there. Again, it proves a point that the wind is something to absolutely consider out on the coast path. It's probably going to be one of your most challenging weather conditions, not because it makes you cold or wet. It might make you a bit cold, but in the summer at this time of year, it really, really hammers your ears and it almost hurts. You can't really put a hat on. Like today, it's probably about 18 degrees. So I don't really want to be putting a woolly hat on because I'll just bake. So yeah, it just makes walking like a bit relentless. I think I'm about to go around the corner now where I'm going to walk along the very cliff edge at the bottom of the cliffs for the next stretch of the coast path, which will hopefully protect me. But when you come behind a bush like this, it's like you're in the Bahamas. It's absolutely incredible. Look at this little stream. What a glorious day. Just take the wind away and it's heaven. Right then guys, check this out. This beach is incredible. This is called Porth Nanven. Again, another beach that I never even knew existed. And it might not look like there's a beach now, but there is. When the tide goes out, it is beautiful golden sands at the end of those boulders into crystal clear turquoise water. It's insane. And you can also get down to this beach by car. I've got a feeling I have researched this beach before, but I don't know why I've never been. Definitely going on my list for a visit in the future. It's stunning. Also, if you're walking the southwest coast path in its entirety, there is a little camping spot down here. Now, it's not a campsite. Obviously, we shouldn't be wild camping. In fact, I want to know what you guys think about wild camping on the coast path or in the UK. It's not something that I do, not because I'm against it, just because I've got a tent box and I like a bit of comfort. But just behind this ridge, there's a little flat spot where there's a scorch mark on the floor. Looks like someone's definitely been down here camping. And I know people do walk the coast path in its entirety and sleep on it all the way along, but yeah, technically we're not supposed to, although apparently it is not a police matter. Apparently it's a civil matter. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe someone will tell me. Let's start a discussion on your thoughts on wild camping in the comments, because I don't really know much about it and I'd love to find out a little bit more. So yeah, but if you wild camp, this could be on your doorstep, Porth Nanven. And just there, look, I don't know if you guys can see it, the Land's End airport planes are just taking off. I'd imagine ferrying people over to the Scillies. Lucky buggers. Right, I'm going to get going. This little stretch from Porth Nanven is beautiful. There's wild garlic literally lining all the side of the path, look. And it smells incredible. And there's loads of mine shafts in this cliff face here. Occasionally they just sort of, this big mine shaft opens up. So make sure you stick to the footpath, but look at that view back behind you along the path. Absolutely stunning. It's nice and flat as well, so makes a change from the start of this stretch from St Ives down. But I am about to start going up it again, so I'm going to get a sweat on. Another mine shaft. They're everywhere along this cliff. It's made for really interesting walking. Never know where one's going to be. This wind is absolutely hammering. I'm not feeling particularly optimistic that I'm going to be able to get the tent box up tonight to camp. So I'm just hoping that either the wind dies down, it's shouted up at the campsite, or if I can't camp, Land's End Camping are understanding of it and will either refund me my money back or save my booking for another time. But as you can see, it is absolutely buffering me today. Check this out, another incredible stretch of the coast path. I've got a few steps to go up here, and then it pretty much looks like it scoots flat all the way along the side of the cliff. I'd imagine it goes up at the far end, but what a beautiful view. When you get out that wind, it is glorious. Absolutely insane. Oh my goodness. That view of Sennen from up here. Managed to find a little spot that is relatively out of the wind with a perfect view. Check this out. Look at that. So in the distance there we've got Sennen, and then this is 𝗘𝗶𝘀cie𝗱𝗲, and then yeah, there's the village of Sennen over there. You can see the lighthouse, the lifeboat, sorry, on the end there. What a view to sit and have, eh? Looks really nice at low tide. So yeah, just kind of sitting down here. I'm gonna eat my pretzel that I've got. Look at that bad boy from Lidl. And then I've got a baby bell. Nothing too extreme for my lunch. Like you guys should probably be getting to know now that I'm not a huge fan of a big lunch when I'm out walking, but I am starving today. So yeah, get my boots off, get my book out, sit and soak it in for a bit, and then get moving and get this walk done, because I've got another 4.5 miles to head back to Cape Cornwall to my car. Not along the coast path, I'm going back across country. But yeah, this stretch has been insane. Walking from St Ives all the way down to Sennen. I kind of set myself the challenge of doing it a couple of weeks ago, not really knowing whether I'd do it. I wanted to do it in back-to-back walks so that you guys could see a longer stretch here on YouTube. I hope it's been useful for you. I've really enjoyed stringing together section after section. You can really see the coast path change and develop as you're walking a stretch. And yeah, it's a stunning stretch, this one is.
I'd probably go as far as saying it is one of my favourite stretches of the coast path I've walked. Not just in this series, but in general. I have walked quite a lot of the coast path over the last 10 years. The only other stretch that I really like is the stretch from 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀𝗶𝘀 down to Rock. But maybe drop in the comments down below what's your favourite stretch of the coast path. I know I said that in my last video, but I am genuinely really intrigued as to who's watching these videos and you know, what you guys are getting out of them. So if you've watched them and you're enjoying them, you know, say hello down in the comments. Let's get a bit of conversation going and let me know which is your favourite stretch of the coast path. Anyway, let's get these boots off, chill out for a bit, and then I'm going to get going. Check out this beach. This is 𝗘𝗶𝘀𝗀 and it is absolutely insane. Like, to just be walking the coast path and come across this. It's like being in the Mediterranean or somewhere like that. Just unbelievable. Absolutely stunning. Right, I've got to the end of today's walk, but check this out. How insane is that view? What a way to round off this walk. So that's another 4.5 miles ticked off for me from Cape Cornwall all the way down here to Sennen. And it kind of rounds off the stretch that I wanted to walk 2 weeks ago, which was from St Ives to here. And I'm going to keep going. My hope is that tomorrow I'm going to get back out on the coast path and walk from Sennen round to Porth Nanven, which will really seal off that Land's End Peninsula. And yeah, this is a stunning stretch. It's quite challenging in places, but then there are long, flat sections where it's really easy going and you can give your legs a bit of a rest. Every stretch of the coast path from St Ives down to here is completely different. I haven't walked a stretch yet where I think, yeah, these are the same. Every single one of them's got those little hidden gems. So like on this one, Porth Nanven beach, never even knew it existed. And to see 𝗘𝗀𝗀𝗀 and Sennen at low tide is just a thing of beauty. If you are walking this stretch and you're looking for some refreshments at this point, then Sennen has lots to offer. There is a fish and chip shop. There is a beautiful cafe on the far end of the harbour opposite the lifeboat hut. They do the best full English breakfasts. And there is a pub. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Old Coast Guard maybe, in Sennen, but I'll be honest, it's very expensive. The last time I went in there at New Year with my daughter, it was insanely priced for a pint, a soft drink and a bowl of chips. But they do have a beer garden that overlooks all of this, so swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Anyway, I'm gonna make a hasty retreat back to my car. I've still got another 2 hours of walking to get back to Cape Cornwall, and then I've got to jump in the motor and bez over to Land's End to hopefully get the tent box up. Hopefully it's not going to blow away. Wish me luck. If you've enjoyed this one, don't forget to hit subscribe for some more content from the Southwest Coast Path, and so that you can see where I go after today's walk, because I'm going to be walking from Sennen all the way around. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Show it a bit of love if you have, and as always, join me soon for some more bimbling books and beer.